Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, YouTube's Carson. I'm a Killer. And as always, I'm coming to you live from TAFF Studios. And okay, I got 1.5 out of 4 predictions right for Stranger Things Season 2. Yeah, it's not great, but with odds like that, I think I got a shot at getting my own reality TV show where I'm a psychic. All right, hit that knockoff theme for us, Chaz. It's time for us to get started. All right, guys, let's get the obvious out of the way. First things first, how amazing was Season 2? Holy moly, is it amazing. Oh, by the way, spoilers ahead. You have been warned. Let's move on. Now, I really like the idea that they're actually expanding the party this time with the introduction of Mad Max herself. I'm going to be honest, while watching the series, I honestly thought that Mad Max and her brother, Douchey McHotness, I thought they were Russians. You know, because there was talks of Russian in the first thing with the conspiracy theory guy. So I thought, oh, wouldn't that be interesting if they both turned out to be Russians? I was very wrong. Although, you never know. Maybe the parents are Russian. Now, before I start gushing over how amazing Season 2 was, let's go over the predictions that I got rightish and those I got flat out wrong. Let's go down the list together, shall we? Let's see, my very first prediction, Will isn't Will, he spent too long in the Upside Down. That part was true. Will actually wasn't Will, but unfortunately, not in the way I thought. See, that came later on. Turns out the only thing that happened from him spending too much time in the Upside Down was he was able to catch glimpses of the Upside Down. Now, I don't know, it was kind of confusing for me. Was he actually physically in the Upside Down? Or was he just seeing it like some sort of vision? Because remember, when Winona Ryder started looking over the tape that Will took on Halloween night, we see him walking down the street screaming out Mike's name. So I'm a little confused whether Will's physically going to the Upside Down or if he's just, I don't know, getting visions of it. It's hard to say. So I was right-ish about Will not being Will. So let's move on to my second prediction, shall we? Alright, so my second prediction was 11 isn't the only one. Duh. She's a clone. So far, it has not been revealed that she's a clone, and I don't think she actually is a clone. So that was a definite wrong, except for the part that she wasn't the only one. Because, I mean, duh, she's 11. There's going to be more. Moving on to my third prediction that I kind of got right. Let's see. The monsters will take over the town. They kind of did, but it was more or less an isolated incident because really the only people who knew were the folks in at the lab. And, okay, let me rephrase this part. Those who knew about the incident that survived is only like a handful of people. It's the party of Mike, Will, Dustin, Lucas, and Mad Max, the new party member, as well as 11. But people at the lab, dead. So, really, the only people who knew who took over the town were just a small group of people. That was it. Let's see, I also wrote down, only to be saved by the evil company run by the government. That didn't happen. Says, but something will go wrong. They've been approved for Season 3. That part was also kind of true because they did try to stop the spreading by burning parts of, you know, the creature that was coming out of the gate. But, yeah. They were not saved by Hawkins' power and light like I thought. They were saved by 11. Remember, you were warned about spoilers, so I'm moving on. Okay, now my last prediction, I was completely wrong. It says right here, Will is going to sacrifice himself to save his friends and family, just like 11 in season 1 finale. Totally wrong on that one. Will was busy getting, I guess, exorcised from the monster. And it was really weird to see the monster. I'm going to go off on a tangent real quick, talk about the monster, because I was a little confused. Now, while watching the trailer, I was convinced that the monster was actually turned out to be the great dreamer, Cthulhu himself. Nope. Turns out it was just a Cthulhu-ish monster made completely out of smoke, and by golly, it's great to see the smog monster can still find work after Lost was no longer on the air. Good for him. Oh, here's one that's still standing. The series is building up to a movie set in the 90s. That's still a possibility. And I still truly believe that we are building up. I think the Duffer Brothers will only go as far as 3 seasons. I remember reading in an interview, they said they're willing to go up to season 4, but I honestly believe they're saving season 4 for a big screen adaptation that will be set in the 90s. At least that's my theory, not prediction. Because if I say theory, I don't have to admit I'm wrong. I could just say, hey, it's just a theory, as opposed to why I'm doing this video, because a lot of my predictions were wrong, and I got to apologize. But hey, I'm boy girl enough to admit when I'm wrong. And yes, that is a reference to Home, The Adventures of Tip and O. When are we getting a season 4 of that, Netflix? And that's it, but for some odd reason I also wrote down, and I'm going to read this exactly as I wrote it, I don't believe the chief daughter isn't connected to 11. I don't know why I wrote it like that. I'm pretty sure I meant that the chief's daughter is not connected to 11, because I remember reading a fan theory that 11 was somehow connected to the chief's daughter. And I think that's where I got the idea of 11 being a clone. But I don't know why I wrote it like that. I don't believe the chief daughter isn't connected to 11. I don't know why I wrote it like that. I'm probably just an idiot. Moving on. Now, the one thing I found weird, besides them ending this second season with a school dance, okay, it was kind of cute, but it's still a weird way to end the series. But, it was cute, so I'll allow it. But I remember watching the end credits and seeing Beyond Stranger Things coming up next, and I was like, oh, what's this all about? Turns out Stranger Things decided to go the way of the Talking Dead. Yeah, it's just some guy talking to the cast and crew. I didn't even finish watching the first episode of it. I was like, oh, they're doing that. Carry on. Okay, now that season 2 is over, now it's time for my theories for season 3. Because once again, predictions, I have to admit I'm wrong. Theories, I could just shrug my shoulders and go, they're just theories, guys. Settle down. No need to take me seriously. Now, my first theory actually revolves around Mad Max and Lucas. Yeah, I don't think the relationship is going to last, but I'm not being cynical because I'm an adult, which I am. I'm very cynical. And to be honest, as happy as I am for Lucas to finally be getting a girlfriend, I do believe he will become jealous. Now, I do believe that Dustin will start talking to Max a lot, and they'll spend some time together. And Lucas, that's what he's going to get jealous of. So my theory is that Lucas will actually leave the party, but then come back towards the end to save the town once more. Why? Because when your town is being pushed to the brink of destruction, you can only turn to a group of children to save the day. That's what TV's taught us, so let's go with that. Now, my second theory for what's going to happen in Season 3 is that 8 will be captured by the police. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. The police are going to raid whatever hideout 8 and her gang are staying in. The entire gang will be killed, leaving 8 the only survivor. Now, 11 will see this on the news, or she'll meditate and see 8 sitting in a police cell somewhere. But regardless, 11 will find out, turn to her new papa, Chief Hopper, and say, "Papa, we got to go save my sister." They're going to go down to where 8 is, and by the time they get to that police station, 8 will have killed everybody within the precinct. Everyone's dead. And 8 and 11 will actually get into a fight, with 11 knocking out 8. And as 11 and Chief Hopper drive her back to Hawkins, that's when 8's going to reveal that she was actually waiting at the police station. Why? Because one of the police officers told her that Papa was headed down to pick her up. That's right, 11's Papa is actually alive. I don't know if he's going to make an appearance in Season 3. I want to say yes, but my predictions have been off, so I'm going to leave that theory right there. Because clearly I've been proven wrong, and Duffer Brothers, keep up the good work. And as for my third theory, for some odd reason I wrote down douchebag stepbrother, the wild card of Season 3. It's not really a theory, is it? That's pretty much an obvious statement. I don't know why I would write that down. I probably thought it was a good idea at the time, but looking back on it at 2 in the morning, it's kind of like, yeah. Well, I mean, of course he's going to be the wild card. We saw how much of a douchebag he was, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to stop at Season 2. He's going to continue to be a douchebag into Season 3, and yeah, he will be more of a wild card. He's either going to end up finally getting his hands on Lucas and hurting him, or honestly, I think he's probably going to snap and end up killing his dad and stepmother. Although I hope that's not true, because that's really dark for a show like Stranger Things. It's a little too dark. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me at TAFF Studios. This video's gone on pretty long, and as much as I would love to continue gushing about Stranger Things 2, and just Stranger Things in general, I love the series so far, we got to end the video here because, come on, do you really have all day to hear me? But if you'd like to continue the discussion of Stranger Things with me, go ahead and comment down below. I'll gladly talk to you there. As always, I am YouTube's Carcinoma Killer. And remember, work it harder, make it better. Do it faster, makes us stronger. Goodbye, everybody. See you in the next video. I'll get better at throwing papers. Bye, everybody.